Imagine this. It's late at night, and your body feels exhausted, but your mind refuses to slow down. You check your phone one last time, then again, and again. Minutes turn into hours. Maybe you grab a quick snack, something sweet, something easy, just to feel a little comfort before bed. But somehow, instead of helping, it makes things worse. You wake up feeling heavy, tired, and strangely unrested. Now here's something most people don't realize. What if the problem isn't just your stress, your screen time, or even your schedule, but something much simpler? What you eat right before you sleep. And what if one small habit, something as basic as eating a handful of almonds before bed, could actually change how your body behaves overnight? It sounds almost too simple. But inside those tiny almonds are nutrients that directly interact with your sleep hormones, your nervous system, and even your metabolism while you sleep. Not in a dramatic, overnight miracle kind of way, but in a subtle, powerful way that builds over time. The truth is, most people either snack the wrong way at night or avoid eating completely, thinking that's the healthiest choice. But both habits can quietly disrupt your sleep, your recovery, and even your energy the next day. So in this video, we're going to uncover what really happens inside your body when you eat almonds before bed. Not myths, not trends, but simple, science-backed explanations that actually make sense. Because sometimes, the smallest habits, done consistently, create the biggest changes. And tonight, this might be the one habit that changes everything. Let's talk about something most people completely overlook. Every night, without realizing it, millions of people are sabotaging their sleep, not because they don't try hard enough, but because of one simple habit they've never questioned. What they do or don't do right before bed. Picture this. It's the end of a long day. You finally have a moment to relax. Maybe you sit on the couch. Maybe you scroll through social media, and eventually, you feel that familiar urge to snack. Not real hunger, just something to take the edge off. So you reach for what's easy. A few cookies, a bowl of ice cream, maybe some chips. In the moment, it feels harmless, comforting even. But inside your body, something very different is happening. That sugar rush spikes your blood sugar quickly, giving you a temporary sense of satisfaction. But not long after, your blood sugar crashes. And when that happens in the middle of the night, your body reacts. It releases stress hormones like cortisol to bring your blood sugar back up. And that's when you suddenly wake up, sometimes without even knowing why. You toss, you turn, and your sleep becomes fragmented. Now on the other side, there's another group of people who try to do the right thing. They avoid eating completely before bed. They've heard that eating at night leads to weight gain, so they go to sleep slightly hungry, thinking it's healthier. But that creates a different problem. When you go to bed hungry, your body doesn't just quietly rest, it stays alert. It senses a lack of fuel and responds by increasing cortisol, the same stress hormone. Your body becomes more restless, your sleep becomes lighter, and you're more likely to wake up during the night. And then something else happens. The next day, you feel more tired, more irritable, and your cravings, especially for sugar, become stronger. So you end up overeating and the cycle repeats itself. So now you're stuck between two choices that both seem wrong. Eat the wrong foods and disrupt your sleep, or eat nothing and still disrupt your sleep. What most people don't realize is that your body actually needs the right kind of nutrients at night. It needs support to stabilize blood sugar, calm the nervous system, and prepare for deep, restorative sleep. Without that support, your sleep quality suffers, quietly, consistently, night after night. And this is exactly where a simple food like almonds can make a surprising difference. Now let's slow things down and really understand what's happening inside your body when you eat almonds before bed. Because this is where everything starts to make sense. Imagine this moment. It's about 30 to 60 minutes before you go to sleep. Instead of reaching for sugar or skipping food entirely, you eat a small handful of almonds. Nothing dramatic happens right away. No sudden burst of energy, no immediate sleepiness. But quietly, beneath the surface, your body begins to shift. The first thing that starts to happen involves your brain. Your body naturally prepares for sleep by producing a hormone called melatonin. This hormone acts like a signal, telling your brain that it's time to wind down. But melatonin production doesn't just happen on its own. It depends on certain nutrients being available. This is where almonds come in. Almonds contain magnesium, a mineral that plays a crucial role in regulating your nervous system. As magnesium levels rise slightly, your body begins to relax. Your brain activity slows, your muscles loosen, and your system starts transitioning from an alert state into a resting one. It's not a forced shutdown. It's a gentle shift, like dimming the lights instead of flipping them off. At the same time, something equally important is happening with your blood sugar. Throughout the night, your body still needs a stable source of energy. If your blood sugar drops too low, your body treats it as a threat. It responds by releasing cortisol, the stress hormone, to bring your energy levels back up. And that's often what wakes people up in the middle of the night, sometimes with a racing heart or a sense of unease. But almonds change that pattern. Because they contain a balance of healthy fats, protein, and fiber, they digest slowly. Instead of causing a spike, they provide a steady release of energy. Your blood sugar remains stable, and your body doesn't need to trigger that emergency stress response. The result is a calmer, more continuous sleep. Then there's your muscles. As your body prepares for sleep, it also tries to release physical tension built up during the day. But if your body lacks the right nutrients, that tension can linger. You might feel tightness in your shoulders, restlessness in your legs, or subtle discomfort that prevents you from fully relaxing. Magnesium, again, plays a key role here. It helps your muscles release, reducing that underlying tension you may not even realize you're carrying. This is why some people notice fewer nighttime cramps or less restlessness when they consistently include magnesium-rich foods like almonds in their evening routine. But the effects don't stop there. While you sleep, your body enters a state of repair. Hormones are balanced, tissues are restored, and your metabolism continues working in the background. This is when your body becomes incredibly efficient, if it has the right support. Almonds contribute to this process by providing nutrients that sustain your body through the night. Not in a heavy or overwhelming way, but in a steady, supportive way that aligns with your natural rhythm. And then there's something more subtle but just as powerful: your cravings. Late at night, cravings are often driven by habit or emotional patterns rather than real hunger. But when your body receives a combination of protein and healthy fats, like those found in almonds, something shifts. You feel satisfied. The urge to keep snacking fades. That endless loop of just one more bite begins to disappear. Over time, this creates a ripple effect. You snack less, you sleep better, you wake up with more stable energy, and your body begins to regulate itself more naturally. Even your appetite the next day becomes more balanced. And here's the key point. None of this happens because almonds are some kind of miracle food. It happens because they provide exactly what your body needs at a time when it's often neglected. They support your hormones, stabilize your energy, relax your body, and reduce unnecessary stress responses, all while you sleep. It's quiet, it's simple, and it's easy to overlook. But once you understand what's really happening, you start to see that this small habit isn't random at all. It's actually working with your body, not against it. So now that you understand what's happening inside your body, the next question becomes simple. How do you actually use almonds the right way before bed to get these benefits? Because like anything in nutrition, it's not just about what you eat, it's about how you use it. Let's go back to that moment at night. You're about an hour away from sleep. This is where your decision matters. Instead of reaching for something processed or ignoring your hunger completely, you choose something intentional. A small handful of almonds. Not a full bowl, not mindless snacking, just a controlled portion. And that detail matters more than most people think. When you keep your portion around 20 to 25 almonds, you're giving your body exactly what it needs. Enough magnesium, healthy fats, and protein to support your system, without overwhelming it with excess calories. It's balanced. It's controlled. It works with your body instead of against it. Timing is the next piece. If you eat almonds right before lying down, your body doesn't have enough time to begin digestion properly. But when you eat them about 30 to 60 minutes before bed, something different happens. Your body starts processing those nutrients gradually. By the time you're actually falling asleep, your system is already shifting into a more stable, relaxed state. Then there's quality. Not all almonds are the same. The ones that truly support your body are simple, raw or dry roasted, without added sugar or heavy flavoring. Once you start adding coatings, salt overload, or artificial ingredients, you're no longer getting the same clean effect. You're introducing variables your body has to deal with, and that can interfere with the benefits. Now imagine taking it one step further. You pair those almonds with something small and complementary. Maybe a few slices of banana, adding potassium to support muscle relaxation. Or a small cup of warm milk, which brings in tryptophan, another compound linked to better sleep. These combinations don't need to be complicated. They just gently enhance what's already working. But here's something important to understand. This is not about instant results. The first night you try this, you might not notice anything dramatic. And that's normal. Your body doesn't operate like a switch. It adapts through patterns. When you repeat this habit consistently over several nights, that's when the real change begins. Your sleep becomes more stable. Your body learns that it can rely on a steady rhythm. And there are a few people who need to approach this carefully. If you have a nut allergy, this obviously isn't an option. If you're on a very strict calorie-controlled plan, you need to stay mindful of portions. And if your digestion is sensitive, starting with a smaller amount helps your body adjust without discomfort. But for most people, this is one of the simplest habits you can build. No complicated diet. No extreme rules. Just a small, consistent action that supports your body at the exact moment it needs it most. And over time, that small action becomes something much bigger. A quiet shift toward better sleep, better energy, and a body that finally feels more in balance. So tonight, when that familiar moment comes, when you're about to reach for something quick, something sweet, or maybe nothing at all, pause for just a second and try something different. Not something complicated, not something extreme, just a small handful of almonds. Let your body experience what it feels like to be supported instead of stressed, to be stable instead of spiking and crashing, to move into sleep naturally instead of forcing it. Because real health doesn't come from big, dramatic changes. It comes from small decisions, repeated consistently. And this could be one of those decisions. If you try this tonight, pay attention to how you feel tomorrow morning. Your energy, your mood, even your cravings. And if you've already tried something like this before, share your experience in the comments. I'd love to know what changed for you. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more simple, science-based nutrition insights. Because your body already knows how to heal. It just needs the right support.